Thermal high mass in this monolithic slab on grade. And again, in Wisconsin, in many places, they're going to ask you to put the 2 inches of foam underneath. To protect from heat loss from this deep sand bed. When we talk about this high mass solar thermal, I really talk about a high mass system, a medium mass system, and a low mass system, and we'll tie it in and look at how that looks for geothermal and how geothermal works with it. With this high mass solar thermal, we get sun for a very short period of time, but it's fairly big energy for a short period of time. We can do the same thing with an outside wood boiler and put in the same high mass, or do a hybrid between the two. So what this is off of the house, we're going to have a big bank of solar thermal panels, somewhere between maybe 6 to 8, maybe even 10 in 2 groups of 5. Depending upon how big your house is and what kind of heat loss you have, and how much money you have to be able to put in, and how much percentage of your heat are we going to get from this high mass solar system. Well, when we're looking at say an 8-panel system, let's go right in the middle, we're talking about $32,000 likely, in about that range, maybe a little less, maybe a little more, depending upon how far away from the house, what kind of ground you got to dig in, where you're mounting your solar panels. So when we do this and we do a good house, that 32K 8-panel system is going to handle about 2,100 square foot of home, and do about 60% of its heat. Well, that's not a lot, and it's a lot of money to put into a system. But when we look at geothermal, quote unquote, geothermal systems, we're going to be talking about the same amount of money. You're still going to have a heat bill, and it might be taking care of that, and it might be taking care of 85% of your heat. But you're still going to have to pay a bill to the electric company to get that geothermal, and you're going to be spending about the same amount of money. That geothermal system will also break down and need repair much more often in more parts than the solar hot water system. So again, it's a great energy efficient furnace, but it's pretty spendy for an energy efficient furnace. If you go with an energy efficient boiler and an energy efficient air conditioning system, you're going to be at about the same place of efficiency and cost to run it, with much less upfront cost. With the solar, there's no question the upfront cost is there. You're buying, say, 30 years of output up front, and in that 30 years you'll have a bit of repair. You might have a pump that goes, or an expansion tank, and you might have to change the glycol over, but again, that's only going to be maybe $1,000 worth of upgrade in that 30 years. So it winds up being a really good system. Again, in this house in Trego, between passive solar, active solar thermal, and between $1.25 and $1.5 of wood a year, we're heating that house for $150 a year. Now that is a very well insulated home, straw bale walls, R80 in the ceiling, very, very good doors and windows, and was built very well. It's a very